Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Beautiful Friday afternoon here. Happy 4th of July if you're in the United States. Independence Day. So, no work today. Just doing projects and sweating as getting ready for the thunderstorm to show up. Supposed to be here in about 10 minutes. So, I wanted to take a quick word on Independence Day, the day that the United States gained its independence from King George. July 4th, first signers of the Declaration of Independence. Most of the 55 signed it later over a period of a few months, if you know the story. Put your John Hancock here. That's where the phrase comes from. He was the head of the Continental Congress. And most of the guys who signed it were hunted down by the British and murdered. And so that was 250 years ago, roughly, 1776. Yeah, 249, if I can still do math. But I ask myself, how free am I? How free are you? And we can look at that from different levels. The founding fathers were arguing over taxation without representation. Today we have taxation with representation. And we certainly have more taxation than they did back in 1776. It's even worse if you're in some of the other Anglo-Saxon countries like Canada, England, Australia. But here, we still get taxed an awful lot. And, you don't pay your taxes, bad things happen. You don't pay your property taxes, you lose your property, you lose your house. Hardly call that free or freedom. But it is a part of our society that eventually will change slowly. But to me, at this stage of life, the more important element of freedom is the emotional freedom. That's what I'll call it. Can I live and interact with the other human beings daily and thrive daily and retain my own personal freedom? Another way of looking at it is, can I do that without giving up my power? Can I do that, in more explicit terms, do that without being triggered? So when somebody posts something on the internet or posts something on social media or even says something to my face or on a phone call, can I remain calm and remain blissful? And that is, I think, the greatest freedom, if we can do that. One of the reasons I probably have a benefit that most people don't, which is living out here in Mother Nature. The energy is just not as chaotic as in the cities. And I haven't spent much time in any cities in quite a few years now. Although I've lived in every major city in the United States, all before Wi-Fi, much less 5G, and most of them before cell phones. So I wasn't there when that electromagnetic smog was filling the ether and creating a lot of chaotic energy in the cities. When I was in New York City in the 90s, it was wonderful in Manhattan, Midtown Manhattan, 1995 to 1999 was a very lovely time. The very early days of the internet. But ask yourself, are you emotionally free? Are you grounded? Can you retain your power when those around you are in chaos? when those around you are in lower vibrational states. Sometimes if it's too chaotic, we have to walk away, which is not a bad thing, right? Sometimes we can't walk away. All depends on the situation. That's where we just have to breathe, pray, send out love, that kind of thing. But first, we have to really take that breath and gain control of this so that we can help the others who are experiencing the chaos and not handling it well. It's going to happen unless we become a hermit, which I don't want to do. Go live in a cave or up on a mountaintop or something. Not really desiring of that right now. I like having some interactions with the other human beings, and they're very good learning experiences. So one of the reasons why I'm asking this is because the video I put up last Sunday called "Our Women Live in Fear" received much more reaction and views than anything I've ever posted. And it's been an interesting week observing this and reading the comments and interacting with some of the people through the comments. I appreciate all the comments. There was, I think, 150 or so when I looked at it today. But and a couple people got triggered by my use of the phrase "our women," as if it was some kind of possession. And it was a figure of speech. Just meant that somebody actually tried to describe it as our tribe. It's one way of looking at it. I appreciated that. But it was just a figure of speech. But I can tell you, based on, and I've had this conversation with people in the past. If, as I'm talking to you right now, and you're listening, if there are 10 of you listening, you're going to hear 10 variations of what I'm saying, because we all have our filters, we all have our traumas, we all have our beliefs. So what other people say, the words that I'm saying right now are going through your filters, and they're going through your filters, and they're going through your filters, and everybody is getting a little bit different message. Okay? And that's normal. That's normal. We have to learn to if we want to truly be free, we have to appreciate the uniqueness of the other human beings. It's not an easy thing to do. And we're not trained to do this. We have to train ourselves to do this. We have to take it upon ourselves to do this, because no one is going to do it for us. Okay? Little children don't have this problem. You know, they really don't. They just go about their business. So, if we really want to be free, we have to learn how to manage this and this, right? And this. And it takes practice. It takes a daily commitment. Some of the recent videos I've done, like attention and intention, all right, and a 5-minute daily emotional checkup. Those are the things, just some of the things that we can use to become more free inside, so that we can walk around the world as the observer, in our power, free of all that chaos. And the more we do that, the more effect we have, positive effect on that chaos. But it starts in here. So this is a good day to make a commitment to yourself that beginning today, I'm going to be a little bit better today than I was yesterday. And tomorrow, I'm going to be a little bit better tomorrow than I am today with regards to managing this so that I can be a grounding force for this chaos out here. Calm and blissful in here has an effect out here. Okay? And that's how we gain our true independence. That's how we declare our independence. We do it quietly, blissfully, calmly, right here. So that when we walk into a room and our families are like this, right? We are that calm, blissful energy. Yeah. And no matter what they do, especially for the men, don't raise your voice, don't lose your temper, don't make threats, and never raise a hand. Okay? To your women, especially to our women. Ladies, I would be like that. Never do those things. Don't try to, one of the things that I have learned in my introspection, especially with regards to women, but this is in general with regards to all human beings, we do not want to try and match someone else's emotional intensity. If they're going off the cliff emotionally, right? Whether it's anger, frustration, grief, mostly it's anger and frustration and temper tantrums and things like that. We do not want to try to match that intensity. We don't want to try to match it by raising our voice, right? Yelling and screaming. I learned that the hard way. It doesn't work. So make a commitment to yourself that you will do your best to declare your independence by managing this. And by managing this, we have an effect on that. Okay? Thank you for listening. Cosmic energy, earth energy, heart energy. Send loving heart energy out to all beings, all dimensions, all timelines, all realities. May this day be filled with compassion, loving kindness, and courage. Until tomorrow, we'll do this again. Mm-hmm.